I'm Diana. Great to be here with you today. I was wondering, why is it that a golf ball and a ping pong ball look similar in size, but yet the golf ball is heavier than the ping pong ball? Why is one heavier than the other? If I place both of these balls into water, what do you think will happen? You can probably predict this, but let's do it anyway. Why does one float and the other one sink? You might be saying to yourself, one sinks because it's heavier and the one that floats is lighter. When we're using terms such as heavy and light, we're actually referring to the object's density. Let's find out about density and learn how to calculate it. Let's recap. All matter, solids, liquids or gases, are made up of particles. The amount of matter an object is made up of is its mass, and the amount of space the object takes up is its volume. So the two balls that we have take up the same amount of space, so they have the same volume, but they have different masses. Let's weigh them. The ping pong ball has a mass of 2 grams. The golf ball weighs 45 grams. This brings us to a new property of matter, density. The formula we use to work out density is density equals mass divided by volume. D equals M on V. Because volume is measured in cubic centimetres, 1 ml of water equals 1 cubic centimetre. The density of water is measured using the units grams per centimetres cubed. I'm going to box these up because these are important points for us to remember. One can assume that if an object has a density of more than 1, the object will sink in water. And if an object has a density of less than 1, the object will float in water. Let's work out the density of the golf ball. To work out the golf ball's density, we need to find 2 things. We need to find out the golf ball's mass and the golf ball's volume. We know that the golf ball has a mass of 45 grams. To work out the volume of the golf ball, I need to use a measuring cylinder and I need to work out how much water it displaces. To do that, I've put some water inside the measuring cylinder and it is reading at 500 mils. I'm now going to place the golf ball inside the measuring cylinder and I'm going to take the reading of the water, 540 mils. So to work this out, 540 mils minus 500 mils is 40 mils. If 1 ml of water equals 1 cubic centimetre, the 40 mils that the golf ball displaced would be 40 cubic centimetres. We now have the mass and the volume of the golf ball. We now plug these figures into our formula. Density equals 45 divided by 40. You could use a calculator to work this out. 45 divided by 40 equals 1.125. And the units we use are grams per cubic centimetres. So the density of our golf ball was 1.125 grams per cubic centimetre. Now that you know this, is that more than 1 or less than 1? It's more than 1. Therefore, the golf ball did sink in the water. So we know that the density of the golf ball was more than 1, so it did sink in water. But how do you think that the particles inside the golf ball differ to the particles inside of the ping pong ball? Let's draw a diagram to explain it. I'm going to use a watch glass to represent round balls. So in my golf ball, the particles are close together and more compact. My ping pong ball particles would be further apart. So the ping pong ball that has particles that are further apart has a lower density, and the golf ball that has particles closer together has a higher density. Let's have a look at what the words in our formula mean again. Density, a measure of mass per volume. Mass, the amount of matter or substance that makes up an object. And volume, the amount of space occupied by an object. If an object is heavy and compact and takes up a small amount of space, it has higher density. This is why a nail will sink in the ocean, but a piece of wood would float. My nail, my piece of wood. You can conduct density experiments at home without any of the fancy equipment found in the science lab. All you would need is your own measuring cup, a set of scales, and a calculator. Then all you need to do is select items to test their densities. I have a range of things around my home that you can pick. All you'll have to do is refer back to the formula, work out its density, and then if it's more than 1 or less than 1, it will determine whether it will sink or float. Before I leave you, I have a challenge for you. I have 2 beakers of tap water. I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of salt to one of them. I have a raw egg. I'm going to place the raw egg into the beaker with tap water. the egg hits the bottom. I'm now going to take the same egg and place it into the beaker with salt water. And in this one, the egg floats. Can you work out why? Bye.